Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Sir Hizami and everyone. So today me, Nurul Nathasa Binti Alip. My matric number is 2020959909 and my partner is Fatmah Binti Mohamad Yusof. And her matric number is 2020696790 So today we are going to present about basketball. Okay, so what is basketball? Basketball is a team sport in which two teams, most commonly of 5 players each, opposing one another on a rectangular court, compete with the primary objective of shooting a basketball through the defender's hoop while preventing the opposing team from shooting through their own hoop. Okay, so the history of Malaysian basketball. Okay, the first introduced into the Chinese schools in Malaysia in the early 20th century by teachers who came from China. The Malaya Amateur Basketball Association was formally established in 1958 and Mr. Kwek Kai Dong was elected as the first president. The organization was later renamed Malaysia Amateur Basketball Association, which is MABA, to bring within its fold the states of Singapore, Sabah and Sarawak on the formation of Malaysia. MABA became a member of FIBA in 1957. In 1979, our women's team took part in the 13th World Championship for women. We were placed 11 ahead of Senegal. The men's national team took part in the 10th World Championship in Spain in 1986, but we failed to qualify for the second round. So next, the equipments that are needed in basketball are the backboard, the ball, the hoop, basketball jerseys, shoes, socks, ring and rim, shoot, clogs, and whistle. Okay, for coaching, the equipment that are needed are bench, clipboard, court, glass, hoop, tennis, rim, nets, and whistle. While for the referee only need referee shirt and whistle. Okay, so next I will pass to my partner, Fatmah.
Okay. Next, it is dimension of the court. Okay, basketball court size. The size of a standard basketball court used in the professional or college ranks measures 94 feet long multiply 50 feet wide, while many high school courts measure 84 feet long multiply 50 feet wide. Junior high courts can be even smaller at 74 feet long multiply 42 feet wide. As you can see in the picture, there is 6 lines in it. First, it is end line or known as first line. Second, 3-point line. Third, free throw circle. Fourth, center circle, and fifth, midcourt line. And lastly, sideline. Next, the rules and regulation for the basketball. 3, 4. For the rules and regulations of basketball. The basketball team on offense is the team with the basketball. When a player has the basketball, there are certain rules they must follow. First, the player must bounce or dribble the ball with one hand while moving both feet. If at any time both hands touch the ball or the player stops dribbling, the player must only move one foot. The foot that is stationary is called the pivot foot. Second, the basketball player can only take one turn at dribbling. In other words, once a player has stopped dribbling, they cannot start another dribble. A player who starts dribbling again is called for a double dribbling violation and loses the basketball to the other team. A player can only start another dribble after another player from either team touches or gains control of the basketball. This is usually after a shot or pass. Third, the ball must stay in bounds. If the offensive team loses the ball out of bounds, the other team gets control of the basketball. Fourth, the player's hand must be on top of the ball while dribbling. If they touch the bottom of the basketball while dribbling and continue to dribble, this is called carrying the ball and player will lose the ball to the other team. Lastly, once the offensive team crosses half court, they may not go back into the backcourt. This is called a backcourt violation. If the defensive team knocks the ball into the backcourt, then the offensive team can recover the ball legally. After that, defensive rules. The team on defense is the team without the basketball. The main rule for the defensive player is not to fall. A fall is described as gaining an unfair advantage through physical contact. There is some interpretation that has to be made by the referee, but in general, the defensive player may not touch the offensive player in a way that causes the offensive player to lose the ball or miss a shot. After that, we have rules for everyone. Although the fall rule is described above as a defensive rule, it applies exactly the same to all players on the court, including offensive players. Basketball player cannot kick the ball or hit it with their fists. Third, no player can touch the basketball while it is traveling downward towards the basket, or if it is on the rim, this is called goaltending means touching the ball on the rim is legal in some games. Legal. Every player on the court is subject to the same rules, regardless of the position they play. The position is basketball are just for team basketball strategy and there are no position in the rules.
Okay, so next is the basic skills that are needed to play basketball. So we have dribbling, shooting, jumping, running, rebound, and passing. Okay, so for dribbling, dribbling is vital to a player's success in basketball as without being able to dribble, a player will not be able to carry the basketball down the court. Dribbling is also an important part of getting open in basketball, which is vital to scoring in the game. Next is shooting. Shooting is the main way to score in basketball. So it's pretty self-explanatory how important it is to winning a game. Okay, for running, basketball requires a lot of running up and down the court. So conditioning and speed are important to a player's success. Most running drills in basketball are designed to help improve a player's ability to play at a high level for an extended period of time. And then for passing, passing is another important part of the game, as being able to move the ball between teammates is required for a team success. And lastly, jumping. Jumping is an important skill to have as jumping plays a part in scoring the basketball as well as defending against the opposing team. We have a rebound. So rebound is also a vital skill for some in basketball, but we will cover rebound on its own later. Basketball drills will be used to improve the score areas of basketball plays, as many consider these skills to be the basis for improvement in the sport. Okay, so next we will go to drills. So there are three types of drills. Firstly is bulldog drills. This drill helps players develop dribbling skills while running at high speed, such as on a fast break. It requires players to keep their heads up when they dribble, which is essential during a game when looking for an open teammate. How to perform? Firstly, the coach chooses one or two players as bulldog and they stand in the middle of half court. Secondly, all the other players line up on the baseline. Thirdly, the players have 10 seconds to advance past half court while maintaining their dribble. Fourthly, the bulldog try to knock the ball out of the hands of the other players while also maintaining their dribble. And then, if a player has the ball stolen from him or her or knocked away, he or she becomes a bulldog. So the game continues until only one player is left. And lastly, the player who wins becomes a bulldog for the next game. And then, second drill is knockout drill. This drill helps players develop quick shooting skills, helpful when a defendant closes out on you in a game. It also develops speed, quickness, and shooting under pressure with heightened sense of agency. How to perform? Firstly, all players line up at the free throw line. Second, the first two in line have a ball. The first player shoots a free throw. The second player shoots a free throw. Third, if the first player makes the free throw, he or she gets to rebound and passes it to the next player in line who shoots a free throw. 4. If the first player misses his or her free throw, he or she must get the rebound and make a layup before the second player takes a shot. 5. If the first player makes his or her shoot before the second player, he or she goes to the back of the line and waits for another turn. 6. If the second player makes his or her shoot before the first player is knocked out and the second player goes to the ball of the line and stays in the drill. 7. Each time a player makes a shot, the player the next player in line should to try to knock the preceding player out. Lastly, the drill continues until only one player remains, which is the winner. He or she starts the next round as the first person in line. Next, I will pass to my partner Fatmah.
So the last drill is loose ball drill. This drill creates a one-on-one competition that builds mental and physical toughness. It helps players learn to sacrifice their bodies for the team and give maximum effort on the court. It also helps to develop reaction time and quickness, which are essential skills needed for basketball. Okay, how to perform this loose ball drill? First, the two players line up on the baseline equal distance from each other with their backs facing the open court. Second, standing in front of the players, coach rolls a ball out onto the open court. Third, when coach blows the whistle, the players instantly turn and sprint to the ball. Fourth, the player who reaches the ball first immediately tries to score on the other player. Fifth, if the player with the ball scores, the drill is over. Sixth, if the player with the ball misses or gets the ball stolen, the drill is also over. Lastly, once the drill is over, the two players go to the back of the line and the next two players compete. Okay, so this is the mini games that we've been prepared for you, and we get these videos from YouTube. So let's watch this. Okay, as you can see, this mini game consists 3 players for each team. The rules and regulation is same as we play the real game, but the difference of these mini games is the size of the court and also the number of players. We are using these mini games is to improve our six basic skill in basketball, as we are shown it before. Lastly, problem and teaching method. For problem, student who doesn't know how to dribbling, passing, and shooting the ball. So the teaching method for it is teacher can use direct teaching style where the teacher can directly teach and demonstrate the student how to apply all the skill with correct techniques. After that, teacher also can do group activities where the students help each other and practice by their own while the teacher observes their movement. Before we end our presentation, this is our quote to share with you guys. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. So that's all from us. Thank you.